I thought it was a fast-paced game today by both teams. Much more pleased with our power play tonight. Looked more cohesive and got a couple of power play goals early on, which really helped us. And then got the big lead, and they put the push on near the end and scared us a bit there. But overall, I was pleased with our team's effort.
How happy are you with the way Alyssa Gallardi has helped anchor that defense?
Yeah, you know, the two senior defensemen in general, both Cudmore and Gallardi, have done a great job with a young D-core. You know, they're great leaders, they have a great presence on the ice, and do all the right things out there, and so it's they're great examples for our young players.
A lot of your seniors, your captains, as you mentioned, with a lot of scoring and integral to today's game. How have they specifically been leading on the ice as well as off the ice?
Well, you know, you see it with, you know, if you look at Jess Campbell, when we need a big goal, like that was a beauty there tonight that they scored, and that was a big time in the game to get a goal like that, and it gave us a lot of momentum. But it's not just plays like that, you know, it's also her penalty killing and her speed and her energy that lifts the whole team. And you look at our other captain, Alyssa, we just talked about, same thing, you know, she's just a real competitor and is never going to quit on anything. And I think in general that's rubbing off on our entire team. They worked real hard this weekend, and this is a tough duo to get 4 points against in Clarkson and St. Lawrence. So that's a great sign for us here early in the season that we were able to do that.
And through the first 4 games, I mean, how happy are you with overall with how the team has handled those first 4 games here?
Well, you know, I think it's early, so there's mistakes out there, but I think what I've really appreciated so far with the team is consistency in the effort. You know, there hasn't been very many letdowns in the game. The compete level has been high. You know, there's certainly mistakes systems-wise and you know, things of that nature, but you can accept that at this time of year. The biggest thing that we were really looking for from them early on in the year here is that they were going to work hard as a team, and we've gotten that, so I guess we have to be pleased.
Coach, how about the physicality of the game today compared to yesterday? It was a little more ramped up, especially in the third period. Can you talk a little about that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought both games were fairly physical this weekend, you know, it's part of the game, it's part of hockey. It's tough in girls hockey because it's really hard to know what's going to be contact and what's not. But you know, I think that's part of the game, and for the most part, I didn't think that there was anything malicious or dirty out there. Just good physical, tough play.
How is Kelly?
I think she's going to be okay, but we'll know more once the doctors assess her, and we'll see then.
What did you talk to your team about after when she was down during that time? What did you and kind of the team talk about of getting poised and then back into the game after that delay?
Yeah, it's always tough when you have a delay like that, you know, and then they get a little bit cold standing around. There's just something that they were doing in their system that was causing us some trouble, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on how we were going to address that and handle that. And with that break, that gave me a chance to address the whole team about it.
And Emily had 9 points this weekend, 1 goal, 8 assists. Your take on her performance?
Yeah, that whole line has been amazing, but her in particular has just been a really, really strong player for us. She's just a really smart player with great hands and great hockey sense, and she's competing hard and really complimenting that line. You saw it on the Jess Campbell goal in particular tonight. She can create some space for herself and time with her hands, and that allows somebody with speed like Jess Campbell to get open, and it was a perfect pass as well. So she can do a little bit of everything, and that's what makes her so dangerous.
I thought we played well throughout the whole game. There's a few times, though, we got to pick up our communication, just kind of keep that consistent. I think that's just our major thing right now, just at the beginning of the season, trying to find that consistency throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I just kind of agree. Just sometimes we hit a couple lulls in the game there, and we wanted to make sure we're on top of our game the whole 60 minutes.
How have you lost track of how many shots you've blocked?
No, I mean, I think our whole team blocked a ton of shots, and that's something we take a lot of pride in. So I think from top to bottom, everyone takes a lot of pride in doing that, and hopefully we've blocked a lot, help out our goalie.
And if you could just tell us how well this defensive core has played in your mind so far.
Yeah, I think from top to bottom, like we're pretty young. We have 2 seniors and then we have no juniors, so we're pretty young defensively. But I think everyone stepped up into the roles because we lost 2 really good defensemen last year. So I think people realize how to step up, and they've done that so far.
Alyssa, Coach talked about how for you and Jess as the co-captains and by scoring today in key times really have set the example for younger players. How have you changed in that role this year of being a co-captain, of being one of those people who has to step on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not the most offensively gifted player, so when I get a goal, it's kind of different. But I think all our seniors have stepped up a lot, and like Slobo on net, Haley and I on defense, and Jess on forward. We've all stepped up in different ways to try and help lead the team.
Alyssa, how about the goal today? Can you take us through that one?
Yeah, I mean, I just ended up on the forecheck, and Caitlin Daring made a really good play to get the puck away from them, and I just kind of ended up in front, and I was falling, just kind of tried to swipe it on net, and luckily it went in. Pretty lucky.
Emily, how much fun are you having out there?
I'm loving it. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm playing with 2 great players, and it's fun out there. We keep it fun on the bench too, so I'm enjoying it. That's for sure.
How well is that communication between you and Jess and Jill?
It's great. I think it all starts off the ice. We all get along well off the ice, and and we can approach each other and talk about what's working, what's not, and I think that's a big thing, especially if we want to move forward and reach the goals that we've set for the season. So that's good.
To have a weekend this early into the season, the 2 opponents coming like this in the line and getting those W's, how does that feel now after this weekend over, knowing you're able to come away with wins against opponents of that caliber?
Yeah, like the coach said in the locker room after the game, like this is a big 4 points that, at the end of the season when it comes down to it, we're going to look back and kind of be like that was a big weekend. So we're just looking to build off this. We have the next couple weekends, our league games, and so we're looking to just get 4 points every weekend.
Your thoughts early on about going to Princeton and Quinnipiac next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a good test just because it's our first road trip. So for our freshmen, just getting used to how we play on the road. We're playing the same way, but just the getting ready before games and everything on the road's a little bit different. So just making sure we prepare them for that as well as we can.
What's the number one piece of advice that you'll kind of share to the freshmen who are going on their first road trip?
Probably just that we play the same way. In the past couple years, we've started slow on the road. So that's something we're trying to get away from this year, and I think that just comes to set the tone right from the first shift, and so hopefully we can do that.